How do you add elements to a list? To add an element to a list, we can use its at method. How do you access an element at a specific index in a list? To access an element at a specific index in a list, we can use its get method. How do you remove an element from a list? To remove an element from a list, we can use its remove method. How do you check if a list is empty? To check if a list is empty, we can use its isEmpty method. How do you find the size of a list? To find the size of a list, we can use its size method. How do you check if an element exists in a list? To check if an element exists in a list, we can use it contains method. How do you iterate over a list in Java using a for loop? In a classic for loop, we can get each element using its get method till we get all the elements in the list. How do you iterate over a list in Java using a for each loop? Though for loop gives a greater degree of control over an iteration, the for each loop is better in terms of performance as it uses closures. It is recommended to use for each if you simply need to go through all the elements of a collection. How do you iterate over a list using an iterator? This is an example code to iterate over a list in Java using an iterator. How do you sort a list? To sort a list, we can use a collections.sort method. It sorts the specified list into ascending order according to the natural ordering of its elements.